And so when I met Dr. Jim and I spoke to a room full of say 150 docs that day, the first thing I mentioned to them was that the Healy is in fact an FDA cleared medical class 2A device, and that alone cleared any question anybody would have in that room about the applicability of it, the ability to use it in their office, and also the validity of it, because they all knew in order to get FDA cleared, it had to go through some rigorous bells and whistles, so to speak, to do that. So it's the most exciting thing that's come into my hands, and what excites me more is that I can now be able to share it with people, my patients, my friends, all of you, and you can share it to everyone. And so the point of view is that we're in a paradigm shift right now, I believe, in our world. And one of the things that I have been focusing on for many years is the whole aspect of self-care, to be able to enable and support people into taking the responsibility of their health and turning it back over to them instead of always having to rely on their doctor or health practitioner to get fixed. Now we actually have a device that can be used in the privacy of your own home. It's easy to use, like Sheila said earlier, basically plug and play. It can be used anywhere, while you work, while you drive, while you sleep, while you're watching television in an airplane, doesn't matter. And you'll find from the very first time you use this device, you will be changed. And it's great because we're really not really having to share anything, sell anything. All we need to do is really share it. Anyone I show the device to, and I ask them if they'd like to try it, and we hook them up, and as I'm speaking to them, they start the process. By the end of that session, they know they've been changed, and the next question they have is, I want one of these. So I believe personally, it's going to be the easiest thing that you've ever had to offer people out there. But again, we're trying to get this into everyone's home, because we really feel that a new revolution is going on in the field of healthcare. We no longer can rely on pharmaceutical medication, and that aspect, as we can see now with what's happening right now with our situation in the world, with the virus that's around. They don't have an answer right now. They are trying every type of medication out there. Most of them have horrendous side effects, which prevent them from using them. They're just searching and searching and searching, and we have the answer in our hands, because they'll never find the answer if they go towards the medication route. But what's really even more exciting to me is the ability to do what is called electroceuticals, which to me is like I said, the cherry on the top, because the electroceuticals is a whole new arena in medicine, not just the frequency medicine arena, but the traditional medicine arena. Because if you search the word electroceutical on Google, you will find that in the last 6 months or so, there's been dozens and dozens of articles that have come out in places like Scientific American, Time, and Newsweek saying electroceuticals are the future of medicine. And now what they're doing is they're developing specific frequencies to replace the use of chemotherapy and other drugs in practice in medicine to alter the side effects that people have. But we have a whole body of now around 75 different substances, all the vitamins, minerals, amino acids, nutritionals that we can call on as needed to deliver directly into all of the cells of our body just by pressing a button, no longer having to rely on oral supplementation. As I said in the past, when you take an oral supplement, regardless of what it is, a vitamin, mineral, you're only absorbing a very small percentage of that. Most of our digestive systems, especially as we age, are not functioning optimally. And so you can never be sure, even though you take, say, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, how much of that vitamin C is actually getting into the cells of your body. A lot of it gets eliminated from the system. But when you send yourself the frequency of it gets into all of the cells of your body at the 100% level. And so not only are we assuring ourselves now that we have the ability to actually maintain those levels of nutrients that we need, but also think about the fact of how many people you know out there, including yourself, that spends hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month on vitamins and mineral supplements. What if there was a possibility now that you wouldn't have to do that, but when you figured out which of those substances your body was deficient in on a daily basis, all you had to do was press a button and deliver those supplements directly into the body. So that's really what we're offering you here, is a real, what I consider a game changer in the field of medicine. And it couldn't have come at a better time, I feel, because we're going through such a change right now on our planet in every different area. And as I've said in the past, this is the only time in history where every single person on the planet is focusing on the same thing. I mean, when have you ever known that everyone on the planet is thinking of the same thing at the same time? One, everyone is thinking about their health and what they can do to protect themselves. And two, people are starting to think like, how am I going to live and support myself at this point? Because many people are now out of work, and everyone is at home. Well, we're not only offering you the chance to get the most amazing state of health in your body, but we're also offering you a chance of supporting yourself financially. So, I mean, this to me is, the time has come, is the best way I could describe it to Sheila. So I'd like to turn it back over to you to speak to some of the other docs online. And of course, I will be more than happy to answer any and all questions that you might have.
Great, Dr. State. Every time I listen to you speak, I get more knowledge myself. I would like to ask you, as someone who has the Healy, and we have all these doctors on the call tonight and these professionals, but just for the layman like me, when I get my Healy, I don't have to have all your knowledge and understanding. I can just plug my Healy app and it's going to go to work for me, correct?
Absolutely. And there's a special part of the app that you can use, which I think is probably one of them, as the electroceuticals are, as exciting as the electroceuticals, is the fact that we have what's called an expert database, part of our Healy. And what I mean by that is that if you're not sure which one of the programs to run, of course we can scan ourselves and see which particular program that the Healy has decided we need, and that's done through artificial intelligence. And that really is what separates us, Sheila, from all the other devices that are out there on the market, all the other frequency devices you've heard of, is that we're the only one that has artificial intelligence. What allows it to do is to specifically for you as an individual exactly which frequencies are going to work for your body, irregardless of condition. And what I mean by that is we can have 10 of you in the room right now that are all dealing with, say, a broken arm, and if we hook your Healys up, you'll find that each one of the frequencies that are delivered to each of you are totally unique and different. And then tomorrow, if you were to hook the Healy up to you again, because you wanted to continue that treatment, you'll find that all of the frequencies that come back on day 2 are different because you've already begun that healing process. And I call that dynamic frequencies, where all the other devices that are out there, it's basically what I consider cookbook medicine, which is that you're given a book with a list of frequencies, you're told to look up your specific issue, and when you find it, it says frequency A, B, C, D, you plug it into that device, you use that device, everyone uses those same frequencies, everyone uses those same frequencies every single day. And to me, one size doesn't fit all, and there is no such thing as cookbook medicine. And that's really what sets us apart with the other devices, and that it's very specific and very individualized. But the search function allows you to literally type in any symptom that you currently have right now, or any issue or disease condition, and based on that information, it will tell you specifically which programs it suggests that you run on yourself. So you can have that function too. But then if you decide to choose to also buy the Healy watch, which is an add-on accessory, that watch will take all of your biometric parameters on a daily basis. In other words, when you're sleeping, it'll measure all your levels of sleep, it'll measure your heart rate, your EKG, something called HRV, which is heart rate variability, which is a new component they're using in science to really determine your levels of stress, breathing, and other parameters. And then on those parameters in the morning when you wake up, you turn on the Healy app, the watch app, it connects up and tells you how you did for the last 24 hours, but also suggests to you specifically which programs to run and also which electroceuticals you can use. So there's so many ways that you can use this device. And again, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to know science, you don't have to know anything about frequencies at all. All you need to know is how to press a button and to follow the directions. It's very clear, it's very easy to follow. And you're given a wonderful video brochure that comes along with the device. And when you open up that brochure, it immediately takes you through many different types of videos like the ones you've seen here. So when you visit friends and you want to show them about it and they ask you, well, how does this thing work? You don't really have to say anything. You just literally open up the video brochure and allow it to explain itself. So really, Sheila, it couldn't be easier. I mean, a 7-year-old can learn how to use this in a matter of minutes.
Wow. Well, no wonder it's attracting so many people that want to help other people. So we can just allow other people to experience the healing without having to have the expert knowledge of the doctors and medical professionals that are on this call tonight, even though we value your opinions and your direction and advice and knowledge so very much.
Well, tonight's my first night learning about it, but I have been a homeopathic practitioner for over 35 years. So I've been using energy medicine and yoga and lifestyle medicine for probably 45 years. It's the way I work with my clientele, and it sounds really nice. I mean, it would be lovely to have something that a client can actually take home and own ourselves. I mean, I work on that through diet, lifestyle, through the epigenetics of everything. And yes, getting to the root cause of an issue certainly is great. And energy medicine is awesome. I mean, sometimes I'll just write the name of a homeopathic remedy on a piece of paper, and my client can feel better just in that particular, just the energetics of the word, of the name. So I'm interested to learn more about this particular product, the cost and how we get it, and all the rest. I would love to learn a lot more about it. Sounds wonderful.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And we do have another presentation coming up tomorrow night, and the person who invited you here can send over a full recorded presentation as well with all that information. And we're just so glad we're attracting professionals like you that already has a heart for healing. And I know several of my friends, and I have some guests on tonight, are actually team members that are into homeopathic type of healing therapies, and I'm just so excited. And I went to them very first because I knew they would catch the vision of the Healy product and the opportunity. Thank you so much, Amy.
Can I ask you one question?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this machine or this item has come onto the market since just a couple of days ago?
Okay.
Released in the United States on May 1st, but it's been used all through the world in Europe and Asia and other countries for the last year. But you need to realize that this device is not a new device because it's based on the original device, which is a doctor's only professional device called the Time Waver that has been in Germany for the past 14 years, used by more than 2,500 German MDs and practitioners with over 500,000 patients. So it's been tested and proven over time. And what basically they did, which was the dream I had, because I have a device similar to the Time Waver, they were able, after the last 4.5 to 5 years, I think it cost them $20 million of research, but they were able to shrink the components down into a product that's the size of the palm of your hand. And then with the benefit of using the cloud that we have now, to be able to store all the 144,000 unique frequencies in a German secure medical cloud, and then with the attachment of the quantum sensor, which can fit in the palm of your hand, to your cell phone, which now has the apps that you need. There's a triangle effect that's made. Through the artificial intelligence, we're able to scan ourselves first, the information goes into the cloud, instantaneously comes down, tells us which programs, and then we can deliver it right from our phone. So it's remarkable. You can't hear you.
Where's the place now? Now that there's the COVID thing and the coronavirus, what's happening with any sort of kind of experiments with people and clientele and patients using this machine with this particular challenge today?
Well, that's an interesting question. And the reason why it's an interesting question, because the medical team that puts together all the programs and the frequencies that are used got together about a month ago when this whole situation started coming down the path, and they said, we need to do something about this. We need to protect all of our people that have this device. And so they got together, figured out the specific frequencies that were needed, came up with a whole different program, which is, as people get it in the next couple of days, it's the one that's called the Bioenergetic Balance Program. It's a unique, specific, standalone program. And they delivered it to everyone's Healy for free. So when they turned on the Healy the next day, all of a sudden it said, program update. This program came up, and they suggested that everyone that uses the Healy runs this program at least once a day.
That have COVID.
I'm not going to address any specific medical conditions by name because we're not allowed to do that.
Okay,
Because
so what
we're
about-
FDA device.
Basically,
But I'll
it
tell
basically
you that-
optimizes the immunity for any condition, and we cannot say COVID-19. That makes total sense to everyone, I'm sure.
Right.
That addresses hopefully your question. They're on it, and they have tons and tons of new programs that they shared with me privately a couple of days ago that are coming down the pike real quickly. Just to let people know, they're going to have a whole animals, dogs, cats, horses. They're going to have a program for learning a language in 6 weeks. They're going to have a program for anti-aging, which includes the frequencies for the stem cells of all the organs in the body. They're coming out with a program that has every single emotion and how it relates to every organ and the underlying cause of all disease. So all of these programs are coming up, specific programs for children, and they'll be showing up every couple of months, and you'll have the opportunity, if you want to include those programs into your database. We all have the same device, regardless of which edition we purchase. It's just the number of programs we choose to get, and we can include in it that allows us to treat other aspects. So hopefully that,
Okay, thank you.
you're very welcome.
Thank you, Amy.
What type of doctor are you, Doc Steve?
I have a DMD, NMD, OMD, and ND. So my degrees are in nutritional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, naturopathic, and I actually started out at the University of Pennsylvania in the 70s in the field of dental medicine. I'm the type of guy that I just am always, studying and taking courses and teaching and whatever. And I just over the years, I felt that those programs, that postdoc degrees that I accumulated, were all important for where I was heading towards and the things that I was doing. So I continue to learn all the time. So I'm up to date with exactly all the technology, i.e. the Healy.
We know that Healy's got you intrigued, so head on over to choosehealy.com to see tons of Healy testimonials, hear reviews on the Healy technology, and how to easily get your hands on this game-changing and disrupting opportunity to support you, your family, your community, your clients, and your patients. We look forward to you scheduling a time to experience the Healy Resonance device from wherever you are. So head on over to choosehealy.com to receive all the information you require and to schedule your Healy Resonance experience today. You'll be glad you did. Get ready for the new paradigm of affordable energy medicine. It's here today and waiting for you. ChooseHealy.com.